Good morning, everyone. I am here this morning to start off my video for what I eat in a day. This is great for vegan, organic, or raw food enthusiasts. Not everything in here is raw, but I am working on becoming fully raw, or at least really close to it. So the only things really that aren't fully raw are the almond milk and the yogurt. So if you wanted to get rid of those two and just substitute with water and ice, that would work just as good. This is just my preference. So anyway, let's get started. I've got about a cup of almond milk in my blender already. I've got about a quarter cup of chopped pecans. So I'll just add those in there. And this cup right here is probably 2 heaping tablespoons of black chia seeds that have been finely ground, and you want to ground your seeds up just a couple days before you eat them, if not that day, because that actually is going to be the most, you're going to get the most nutritional content out of them doing it that way. So I've pre-blended some black chia seeds and then some flax seeds. As you can see, I have the brown and the honey gold, and to me they taste really similar, so I just happen to already have brown ones in here, so I just added my honey ones on top. So I've got probably a heaping tablespoon of each ground up into here, and I'm going to go ahead and add that. Then I've got 1 whole pear. I think this is a, I'm going to say Bijou, I'm not sure. And then I've got 1 full kiwi. You can always add more if you want like a little bit of tartness to your smoothie. And I'm going to put probably just a couple tablespoons of yogurt in. And when I say tablespoons, they're heaping, so that's probably more like 2. But 1, 2, 3, which is probably actually like 6, but anyway. There's that. I like to use a plain, the most natural with whole milk, lots of protein in it, added calcium, vitamin D. So this is one of my favorite brands, but there's a ton of good ones out there, so you just got to kind of do your research. And let's see, I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon. I love organic cinnamon. Oh my Lord, it's so good, and it adds great flavor. Alright, a little of that in there. And this is organic, raw, unpasteurized honey from a local honey farm, or local bee farm. Oh Lord, if I can get this cap off. Honey is a really great thing for allergies as well. So not only is it good for to add to your food, but just for flavor, it's wonderful if you get it from somewhere local where your bees are actually pollinating it, because it will help tremendously with your allergies, but it has to be somewhere local nearby you for that part to work. It's also obviously great for when you're not feeling well or you have a sore throat. You know, add it just to a little warm water or some tea, does wonders. But I'm going to add it for flavor and for my allergies today. So I take about, I don't know, half a tablespoon or so, and you stick it in there. Now this is really kind of gelatin-like, so you gotta really make sure you get it all off the spoon. All right, then I also like to add, there's many good brands. This one's Manitoba Harvest. It's an organic, vegan hemp protein concentrate. It's 20 grams of protein, 800 milligrams of omega-3s, and it's just strictly hemp protein concentrate with natural plant extracts. That's all it is. The serving size is 4 tablespoons. I usually use a little less than that. I don't really need 20 grams of protein, and this is more just to add a little something to it. It's not going to be like a total meal supplement. So I usually do like 1 and 2. All right. And next, this stuff is awesome. This is maca powder. This one is by True Vibe, raw organic superfood. So it's got amino acids, fatty acids, minerals. It's good for energy and vitality. and it promotes balance. It's also organic, and it's really, the amino acids are a really good, important part of this, and it smells delicious. It's almost got like a kind of a vanilla caroby kind of smell. So good. You can get this at your local health food store, or you can order on Amazon, which is what I do most of the time. And this serving size is 2 teaspoons, and I probably use that or a little more. So, put this away. The only other thing that I didn't get out is I'm going to add 1 frozen banana and then some ice cubes. So let me grab my banana. I pre-freeze them because it just helps. You can add less ice and it makes it just kind of more, gives it some texture. So let me grab that. These are my pre-frozen bananas. And I go ahead and cut them into thirds so that they're not only easier to pull out, but they're a little easier on my blender blades. So there's a third, there's 2/3, and a whole. All right. So now I'm just going to add, I would say, and this is starting to melt, I don't really need all that extra water in there. I don't know, maybe 8, 10 ice cubes, whatever you like. And we'll just stick it in there. And put the lid on. This, of course, is my favorite kitchen accessory, toy, appliance. Love it. This is my Vitamix blender. If you guys haven't seen my video on that, you should go check it out. It is the Vitamix Professional Series 750. And I made a video of the unboxing and review of it. And if you can't tell already, I love it. I gave it a 5-star, A+ review. I use it for just about everything that I cook with. When I say cook, this actually can give you raw foods, and I call it cooking, but it's really preparing them because you can do cold soups, warm soups, all in here without turning on any heat or actually cooking the food. So you're keeping all of the nutrition that's able to be absorbed in your body, which is great. So anyway, I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to grab my little stir stick. I really need to figure out what this is called because every video I call it something different, and I actually have no idea what the true authentic name is. So maybe y'all could comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to pull out my instruction manual it came with and figure out what it's called. So what it does is it just kind of helps mash everything down if the blender starts to get stuck or anything gets stuck under the blades, and it just makes it easier for you to make your smoothie. So I've got it turned on. I'm going to turn it to like 1 or 2 to start it. And then with the Vitamix, you always want to start it on low and then slowly keep turning it up to high until you get to the desired speed you want. So here we go. Just about there. It only takes like a minute. Okay. And I always like to take a taste test and see if I like what I made. It's good. Okay. So let me grab a cup. And let's have the real deal. This, I usually make this for me and my other half. Or sometimes I make more and the kids like to eat it with me depending on what flavors I choose. They don't like the super earthy ones, as they call it. However, they probably would really like this one. So here we go. Yum. This is probably one of my favorite ones. ones that I make. Like you can see, you don't have to use all these ingredients. It just gives it a really good flavor, but it's not hard. It doesn't cost a lot. And if you pre-freeze some of your stuff and have it all like pre-ground for a few days, I mean, you can make this in less than 5 minutes, and it's a great healthy start to your day. I also have to say that I contribute some of my recipes, or at least some ideas of them. I kind of tweak them sometimes, but Kate Flowers, she is awesome. Kate and May, YouTubers that you should really check out. They are raw organic couple that are truly inspiring and motivate me all the time to continue my growth in raw foods. But my favorite thing she always says, and people laugh, but she says, chew your smoothies. And she's right, chew your smoothie. That might not sound normal, but when you taste it, you'll know there's a little bite to it. If you chew it, that actually adds a little bit of the saliva from your mouth to the food, which then your body is more easily able to digest it and absorb the nutrients. So, chew your smoothies, folks. It might look funny, but your body will thank you, I promise. All right, well, that's my breakfast, and I'll be back to show you guys what I'm going to do for lunch. So, I'll see you shortly. Bye. All right, guys, so I am back to make a quick lunch. Now, I have a ton to do today, so I'm not going to do it all from scratch. I've got some tofu that I've already pre-sliced. I like to use extra firm. It's a little bit lower moisture, and it just seems to hold together better. And then I've got this really good Seeds of Change certified organic quinoa, brown and red rice with flaxseed. The only other thing in it is sunflower oil. So even though it is not fully raw, it is organic, and it's all got whole grains, no preservatives, all vegetarian. It's got omega-3s and a lot of fiber. So it's a really great thing when you have to cook quick. I don't like to microwave anything, so there is directions on here to make it in a saute pan, and all you need to do is put maybe a tablespoon of water in the bottom and heat it up, which I've already started to heat it up. And then in this saute pan, I just added a little bit of organic extra virgin olive oil, which I will warm up my tofu. It doesn't really need to be cooked. You can eat it raw. I just like mine a little bit warm, and I like to put a little bit of onion and garlic in it. So we're just going to go ahead and open this. And I actually love making quinoa from scratch. I do it all the time, but because I'm in a little bit more of a hurry today, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So my water is starting to boil a little bit. Like I said, it just needs a tiny bit. And so we'll just go ahead and put that in there. Oops. All right. And this is getting pretty warm. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tofu in. All right. This is so quick and easy and healthy. It's really delicious. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh ground peppercorn, black peppercorn. All right. And I just need a spatula. I think this only takes 2 or 3 minutes to warm up. Let's see. Because I usually do this from scratch. This is actually the first time I've used one of these pouches, but yeah, it just says heat it up till it's just warm. So I mean, it doesn't really need cooked. It's been sitting in water, which just opens up the whole grains and sprouts them, and then basically you just warm it up to eat it. I guess you don't have to, but for some reason, it's springtime, so I'm coming out of my whole winter recipes where everything's hot. In the summer, I rarely cook. Most of the foods I eat are raw and fruits and vegetables, but this just sounded good just for a great quick meal. So I think this is just about ready. and I can hear this sizzling a little bit. So I'm just gonna let it sit probably a minute or two on each side, flip it over, add my onion and garlic, and lunch is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get a plate out. And the pork. Okay. And I'll go ahead and flip these. Of course, when I eat them, I cut them up into smaller bites, but it's just easier to flip them if you leave them larger while you're cooking. And flip those. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my onion and garlic. Just a little more black peppercorn. Quinoa and rice is ready. So I'll probably only be able to eat about half this and then I'll eat the rest later if I get hungry for a snack. So I'm just going to put about that much on there. Set this aside. Try not to make a big mess. Okay, and this should be about ready. Make sure the onions and the garlic just get a little bit warm. Touch the saute pan for a minute or two. That's about it. And while this is finishing up, I will tell you this has only 4 grams of fat, no trans fat, and it's got 0 cholesterol, let's see, and 5 grams of protein. And it's got 2 servings. So just this right here has 5 grams of protein. And then, let's see. This is the brand of tofu I like to use. It's gluten-free, fully organic, vegan, let's see, and it has 9 grams of 9 grams of protein and 4 servings. So just this amount here has probably about 12 grams of protein. So just in these 2 items here, I have about approximately 17 grams of protein in my lunch. So this is done. And I'm going to eat it all because it looks so yummy. All right, and there you have it. And that will be my lunch. So as you can see, that was super quick, less than 5 minutes, super healthy. You got all your protein you need. And so I'm going to sit down and eat, and then I'll be back to show you what we're going to do for dinner. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, I gotta do a little taste test for you. This is delicious. So good. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, I promised you that I would bring you what I eat in a day, so after a long day, I've brought you breakfast, lunch, and now we are at dinner. I have got my cast iron skillet at probably about almost 400 degrees. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and probably just add, I don't know, you guys tell me the measurement, tablespoon of extra virgin organic olive oil. And then I've got, as soon as that gets hot, I've got a fresh grouper that my better half has brought from the Gulf of Mexico, and I'm going to blacken it. And I'm going to do that with the organic seasoning mix that I've made myself. So I've got black pepper, sea salt, red pepper, onion, garlic, I'm trying to think. What else do I have in here? Oh, a little bit of turmeric. Oh my lord, I can't remember. Oh, fresh red pepper, cilantro, and what's that last place? I'm losing it. It's been a long day. I'm sorry, guys. I'll put the recipe down below, but just work with me here. My pan is hot. I've got the seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and stick the fish in there. Just get it nice and seasoned. And there we go. Okay. Oh, dry mustard. That's what it is. Alright, so the pan has to be extremely hot. You can also put the pan on the grill as long as you have some kind of thermometer that you can figure out what temperature your grill's at. And as long as it's not too hot and it can stay steady, you can totally, my dog, can you even hear me? My dog is eating so loud, like I can't even hear myself think. Anyway, my pan I know is at 400 at least, and I have seasoned my grouper, which is fresh. You can use chicken, you can use tofu, you can use quinoa. This is just what we happen to have, and of course, I mean, how can you beat fresh fish? And then I've got some endive here, endive that I'm going to finish it in, and fresh red onion that I just pulled from my garden, tomato, cucumber, avocado, and then some lemon. So it's definitely hot now, and everything is cooked here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. And then I just want to take a little bit, very little lemon and sprinkle it over. If you put too much lemon, it's going to burn and it's going to take over the whole taste of the fish or whatever protein you're putting in it, so you don't want to do that. You just want to give it a little flavor. I'm going to grab my spatula and flip it. Depending on what meat or protein you're doing, it doesn't take long. I would say tofu, edamame, quinoa, any kind of fresh fish, or half-cooked chicken is going to take less than a minute or two. So don't overdo it. That is the key. So we've got this cooking, and I'm probably going to go ahead and now add a little bit of the onion and a little bit of the cucumber. You don't want to cook it, you just want to warm it up. And so as soon as this is done, which is going to be about 30 seconds, normally we make fish tacos with this, but we found the endive at the store, which is hard to find here in Northwest Florida at this time of year. So we kind of wanted to do like no wheat, no flour, you know, just a healthier version of it. So we decided to make it into an endive taco. So this is about ready now. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat and move it over here. Okay, so basically, It's definitely done. When you test it, it feels a little spongy, but it's got like some give to it. It's done. So this is cucumber. I'm gonna try to get the rest of this out so it doesn't burn. All right, so we don't need all that in one piece of undone, but all right, so we got that. And we've got, ouch, a little cucumber, a little red onion, a little avocado, a little tomato, and of course, it doesn't take much because this is just freshly caught from the Gulf of Mexico. It doesn't take much to cook it, and it probably requires a knife, which I did not grab, but there's one, there's two. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be delicious. All right, here we go. I hope I don't burn myself. So good. Wow. I'm not kidding, you have to try this. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Five stars, 10 stars.